Hey guys, Rachel here with Daffodils to Daisies. My microphone will not attach to my shirt, so that's why I'm holding it. But today I wanted to talk about the differences between wave petunias and supertunias. Now I have some red wave petunias right behind me, and I planted 8 out, or I think 9, out in my landscape around my formal flower corner last night. And then I also have 3 pink varieties in my front yard around our lamppost. When I go to the garden center, I gravitate towards the Supertunias, the Proven Winners brand, but I always see these other petunias. And in my mind, I think, oh, they're just the cheaper variety or they are not going to perform as well. And so I wanted to try and kind of explain some of the differences between the two. So I wanted to make today's video just understanding the differences because maybe you're in the same boat as me, wondering what the differences are. So I do have quite a bit of notes, so I will be looking down. I'll try to look at the camera as much as I can. Okay, so wave petunias. Wave petunias are known for their spreading ground cover growth habit and their easy care. Supertunias, on the other hand, are a trademarked brand by Proven Winners, and they are hybrid petunias bred for vigorous growth, color diversity, and performance in containers and landscapes. And so they both are obviously of the petunia family, but the way that they're bred makes a big difference in their performance. Now, for their growth habits, wave petunias are true ground cover plants. They spread wide up to 3 to 4 feet in width, and they tend to stay very low. So they rarely get taller than 6 to 8 inches. So they're a true ground cover. Now, supertunias, in contrast, are more vigorous. They trail beautifully, but they have more height and more volume, and they grow up to 12 inches tall and they trail up to 2 to 3 feet. In our last garden in Milwaukee, I had supertunias in the front yard. They did beautifully. There is a variety, Supertunia Vista, and those get much bigger. So Supertunia Vista bubblegum has always done really well for me. Right now, currently in our house, I have Supertunia Vista Snowdrift, and in certain areas it's doing really well. In other areas it's suffering because I think my hostas are sucking all the water from them. But I also planted Snowdrift in our last house and they did really well too. They got a lot bigger. We also have had a lot of just weird weather, so that could be a factor too. If you want a dense carpet of flowers on your flower bed, I would definitely go with wave petunias. And if you want height or fullness, then I would go with the Supertunia variety. So next, let's compare the effort that it takes to care for these two varieties of petunia. Wave petunias are marketed as low maintenance. They are self-cleaning, which means that you don't have to deadhead them, and they'll keep blooming all summer. Supertunias are also self-cleaning. I've never had to deadhead my supertunias, but they do benefit more from regular feeding, a regular fertilizer. I think the container of Proven Winners fertilizer for the annuals says once every 3 waterings, and they also benefit from a light pruning. So you can cut about 20% of the supertunia back and it'll help it grow bigger. Also, it's worth noting that supertunias are better at tolerating the heat and they bounce back from rain better. So I've watered my supertunias, overhead, and they kind of look all flat, and then they'll come back, a few minutes later and it looks like nothing happened. So if you're looking for low maintenance, I would suggest the wave petunias. They might be a little bit better. But if you're okay with, deadheading and fertilizing, then the supertunias would be for you. I kind of touched on it already, but with their root systems and fertilizing, the supertunias have developed way more of a vigorous root system. So they're good for containers. The only thing is that when you water them, supertunias do not want, or they want water. Super bells, which I could do a whole nother video on, those want to feel the water and then they want it to run right through. So if I was putting them in a container, I probably would go more towards super bells, not supertunias or even the wave petunias, but supertunias do say that they work well in containers. Now, color and variety. Both wave and supertunias come in a wide range of colors, but supertunias have the edge when it comes to unique and vibrant color options. Proven Winners has bred supertunias to include patterns and doubles and rare shades like coral, lime green, and bicolor blends. And wave petunias really stick to those classic colors like reds, whites, pinks, purples. Now, cost and availability. This may be the most important thing to you. Wave petunias are going to be cheaper. I bought this entire container so there's 6 plants in here for about $6.99. They were half off. And if you go to the garden center or to a Home Depot, you are not going to find Proven Winners in a 6-pack like this. You're going to find an individual plant, and they can be anywhere from $7.99 all the way to on their website. They are, I think, $10.99, and that's just for one. So wave petunias are a more affordable option. However, many gardeners, including myself, think that the Supertunias, they are a good investment because they do kind of give you that more full look if that's what you're looking for. And I've always had a lot of good success with them. This is the very first year that I'm planting wave petunias, and they still look great. They've gotten the ones in the front yard still look really good. They're just not as big as the other variety. Now, to wrap up, I will put a quick comparison on the screen for you that shows the feature and then what wave petunias can do and what Supertunias can do. I think in conclusion, choose wave petunias if you want a no fuss flower bed that covers a lot of ground, or choose Supertunias if you are designing a stunning container or you want more flower power and wow factor. Thanks so much for listening. If you have any questions, make sure to write them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.